Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Arts Archive podcast. Today we have an awesome event that we're covering. Where are we at today?
We are at the first inaugural Scottsdale Ferrari Art Week here in Scottsdale, Arizona, seeing global art showcased all right here. We're going to be looking at some fantastic artwork and looking at even all of the little events here. We even have a fashion show later, performances. Let's get into it.
And Ferraris. They're going to have Ferraris.
Vroom, vroom.
Alright, guys, so today I'm doing a lot of photography and Michael will be doing a lot of hosting, but we're just kind of going around. What are you most looking forward to today, Michael?
I am most looking forward to exploring the different forms of artwork and the different textures and mediums from the various artists. I mean, they have galleries here from around the world, so buckle up, man. Let's take a trip.
Let's go check out our first one.
Hi everybody, we are here with Tatiana from Tanya Weddemire Gallery all the way from New York City, y'all.
Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn, okay. Tatiana, give us some love. Talk us through some
So
of
this
your
is the work of King Salah Hadid, which he is from West Philly and Philadelphia. Now this series here is called Faces of Success. So when he was creating this work, he was thinking about all of the phases you're going through on the route to success. So we have ear hustling, we have faith over fear, and so he uses markers, paint, acrylic within his work.
Yeah, that is just, faith over fear.
Yeah.
Yes. This, when I walked by, grabbed my attention. First of all, because that's kind of like my nephew.
Yes.
Talk to me about these beautiful children.
So this here is the work of Guy Stanley Flores, and this series is called Give Us Our Flowers. So as you know, a lot of black and brown people, we don't get our flowers, and so he wanted to give, right, and he wanted to give that to us. So this is what this series is called, and so he paints a lot of black and brown kids. As you know, we typically are not seen in the great light. So these kids, this one is called Hope, which sold already today, and this is America. This has been very popular today, as you know, where we are in the world. Yes, and this is also a sculpture that he made. So this is really this is a series that he's been working on for a while now.
Wow. And this right here, when I was a kid, like gazillion and one other kids, I had the Hot Wheels set. Talk me through this piece.
So this is called Ride or Fly, and this is by the artist Gregory Saint Amand. Now Gregory is Haitian American, and he spent his childhood between Haiti and America, and so with him it's very nostalgic to growing up and playing with Hot Wheels, such like yourself. And so if you see here, the chili peppers are representative of him growing up in Haiti. His grandmother would have chili peppers in the house, so that's an ode to Haiti. And then you see the 1804, which is when Haiti got their independence from France.
Oh, wow.
Yes, which was the first black country to have their independence.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. Tanya Weddemire Gallery from New York.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Tatiana Mac, baby, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Before you go, give me the social media.
Oh, okay. So we are Tanya Weddemire Gallery on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can find us everywhere. And if you're in New York City, we're in Brooklyn inside of Industry City. So come check us out.
Okay, and that's the Artist Archive podcast. Okay, everybody, we are back. We are with Tolouse Antique Gallery and Aurora. Aurora, thank you so much for letting the Artist Archive come by and talk to you guys a little bit.
Certainly.
So tell us a little bit about Tolouse Gallery and everything about you've got going on here because it's fantastic.
Tolouse Gallery, we've been in business for 50 years. 50, that's 50.
50.
And we specialize in 19th century works of art.
Okay.
So this is a perfect example that we just acquired. And this is by Carl Kaba. It was made in 1900s. And it's all polychrome, bronze. Carl Kaba is an Austrian artist that never came to America, but his subject is always Western. And he made his incredible pieces.
Look
from
at the detail
pictures,
on that.
from
Holy
books, and the detail is unbelievable. Very
Look at the
realistic.
detail.
Unbelievable detail. And the polychrome, really.
Wow. And he never came to the United
And he
States?
never came to the United States. He's Austrian.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And if you
that's
can
good.
imagine 1900s, there was nothing but books to go about, Western art.
Okay,
Yes.
seriously. Wow. That is incredible. That is incredible. Okay,
So now
now
we can go to
tell me
incredible-
about this.
This is a masterpiece, French three-piece clock French from, again, 1850. And this is actually all cloisonné, which in French is called champlavé. And it's signed by Henri. The maker is Henri. And it's the largest one ever made.
It
the
is.
largest one in the world.
It is absolutely
Very
exquisite.
beautiful. Everything is enamel, and champlavé is the same thing as cloisonné. All enamel painted, incredible quality. This is actually gold on bronze, 22 karat gold, and that's why from being 1870 it still shines today because it's actual gold on bronze. And the clock is actually working, as you can see. Yep, it's 5 minutes to 6.
Yeah.
It's working.
And it works.
And it is one week movement. You wind it, and it's 1 week movement.
Now that's what these little things are, right? Because it comes with like a key or something.
Yeah. There's 2 keys. One is for the hour, and one is for the minutes.
Wow.
So once you wind them, they last for 1 week. Unbelievable quality. The bronze itself, you can see the quality. It's all original gold.
Again, the
And
detail.
it is incredible detail. And the urns in itself. These are urns and you can use them for flowers or you can just have them for themselves. But it's very, very, very unique.
I won't be vulgar and discuss money, but you better not put flowers in those.
No, I wouldn't. But in those days, who knows, you know? People did whatever they wanted.
Right? Okay, we're going to break in and we're going to talk about some of the stuff on the
Yes, certainly. If you don't mind, I point to this incredible painting.
Okay.
This is by a French artist, Émile Meunier. He's very, very, very important and collected all over the world. This is an artist from the 19th century, and his paintings go up to hundreds of thousands. This one is not, I'm not asking that much, but it's very museum quality painting.
That is exquisite.
Extremely detailed with a gold hollow, an original frame.
This one. Let me see. This one. This reminds me of something that I saw in the Smithsonian a long time ago.
Okay, this is by Delphine Enjolras, is French. And the year that this was done, it was 1900, 1920. And he worked with light. He always showed like a light and it reflects. I hope from that side you can see it. From us, it's not very good.
Yeah,
But,
no, the light. It literally looks
If
like
you
a
come
light.
on this side, you can see
is
it.
turned on.
The
Yeah.
light is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He works with light, like in regular interior.
I hope
And-
nothing gets lost on the camera with that. I really
I don't know
do.
if it does. We can move on if you want
'Cause
to. But this
it
is
is.
unbelievable. He worked with light, like I said, like candlelight or the lighting that they had in those days, which is amazing.
But this is interesting. What is this? How is
This
this?
is by a very important company, it's KPM, which stands for Königlich Porcelain Manufacturer. They are from Germany. So it stands for KPM. Everybody knows it as such. It's much easier. And they painted masterpieces.
What is your social media? Insta and all of that.
And my social media is not very good. I mean, being in business 50 years, you just the whole world knows you. So we kind of direct.
We will find a link to the gallery and we will put it in the comments. Also.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
You're welcome.
much.
You're welcome.
Mwah. Okay, everybody, we are back with Justin Montgomery from Relevant Galleries. Now tell me, where is Relevant Galleries?
For Relevant Galleries, we have 4 locations. We're in Scottsdale, Park City, Denver, and Vail.
Okay. Wow. You do have 4 locations.
We do. We have a pretty good breadth, so a pretty good reach.
Okay, so you're here at the Ferrari Art Show. Tell me, what are some of your favorite pieces? Give us.
Well, so we're showcasing 3 different artists right now. We have David Yarrow, who's kind of our superstar. He is basically doing, it's called storytelling, so it's all stage photography, and it's all real. So it's like creating a movie set for a still photograph. And then we're also showcasing Russell Young, who is printing on Andy Warhol's old press. And it's more of a contemporary screen print with finished with diamond dust. And then we have...
Really? Is that what that is?
It's diamond dust, yes.
Oh, wow.
And then on the back wall, and then on the front outside is Hamilton Aguiar, who is out of Brazil, and he's very involved with texture and color.
Holy.
So those are the 3 predominant artists that we're showing at the booth.
Wow. That's what's so. Which one of all the artists? Which one?
David's my favorite by far.
David,
Yeah.
you.
He's our superstar.
He is your superstar. Okay, all right. And what is your social media?
Relevant Galleries.
Relevant Galleries.
Hashtag Relevant Galleries.
Hashtag Relevant Galleries.
Absolutely.
All right, Justin, thank you
Yeah,
so
of course.
much.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to the Artist Archive. And I'm Mike Todd, and we are here with Miranda from Anticus Art Gallery. So now you were telling us Anticus. Explain us, what does Anticus mean?
So it was Semper Anticus, which is a Roman military term, which means always in front, always moving forward. And that's kind of what the gallery owner's idea is for the art, is to be kind of in the forefront of culture and moving culture forward and being an icon in that.
Okay, Miranda, as we have been walking around, we have seen everything from wall hangings, which we will get to, hopefully he will come back soon, to pressed art. So tell me about this piece in pressed art and what exactly is it and how is it done?
So this is a pretty unique piece. It's by Arcade Latour. He's a French-Canadian artist, and he works with screen printing ink. So screen printing ink, it's a very difficult medium to work with. He has to work completely flat. They take upwards to 6 to 12 months to dry. He has a very short window where he's able to kind of manipulate the paint and kind of give it its movement. And then after a certain amount of time, he kind of has to just let it sit and dry. And it creates all of these really fun marbled effects. And it creates the texture as it dries, as the moisture is leaving the paint. It creates this, I'm going to touch it, but it's like very textured. It has a really lustrous finish. It's super shiny, so he doesn't have to varnish it. The colors are really vibrant. It's pretty incredible. Took him about 50 years to come up with this process.
Wow, that is incredible. Wow. So of all the things that are here in the collection,
Yes.
what's one of your personal favorites?
I honestly really love Arcade's work.
You really do?
I
Okay,
do.
all right.
His work, and then also the work right next to you, Paige Bradley. She's a sculptor out of California. She's kind of my hero. She's absolutely incredible. Her story is amazing. Her technique, flawless.
Absolutely.
She really captures like the raw feminine form, and I don't know, just the energy that I get from her work is really cool.
Wow, that is fantastic. We are here with Dave Barkley, and he is the creator of this incredible piece of art right here. Dave, I've got a ton of questions. One, what is it? How is it made? How did you get it that smooth? How did you do? Just talk.
Okay. Well, let's start off. Are you familiar with what a burl is?
Yes.
Okay, this is a buckeye root burl. So this was down underground. Buckeye is a horse chestnut.
Mm-hmm.
This started off with two big slabs. They're sister slabs out of the burl.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third piece holds it all together. So these sections are carved out of the same piece of wood. So on the, I have a very big lathe. Best way to do it is see a picture of it.
Oh.
So on the lathe, I'm doing the basic shaping. So I'm doing all my undercuts and profile cuts.
Okay.
So once I get the piece shaped, then I come back in and do all the hand carving.
Sweet. I would carve a hand, okay?
So now the carved areas, I do color to give you that bone or antler look.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it just has a clear lacquer.
That is incredible.
Now this grayish blue color here is a type of spalding. That's a fungus grown in the wood. So that happens after the wood's dead. So I season it for about 4 to 6 months to allow that to happen. Then it's air dried, kiln dried, and then I bake it at 160 degrees. That gets all the wood or the water out and moisture out of the wood, but also kills the fungus so it doesn't keep growing and getting darker.
Okay, I have to ask you, how on earth did you learn how to do something like
Self-taught.
this? Really?
I've been making a living in woodworking now for 43 years. Custom furniture, kitchens, stairs, and I had a lathe in my shop and absolutely fell in love doing bowls and vessels. But the problem was, at least I thought in my mind, is you go to an art show, all you see is wood turners doing bowls and vessels. I just went a different direction.
And a fantastic direction it is. Dave, it was great to meet you, and thank
meeting
you
you.
so much. Hi, archivist. It is Mike Todd, and we are back, and we're with Lorna from Madison Gallery out of San Diego, California. And Madison, welcome to the Artist Archive. And please walk us through what you have brought with us all the way from California.
I've been an art dealer and a gallerist for 40 years, coming from the East Coast. I came to California, which is kind of global south. It was a part of Mexico at one time. So many of my artists are Latin or Latin-based artists in my program. I curated the booth for Scottsdale because a lot of my collection is global as well. So we have a lot of major collectors here. So I want to share, the materiality, whether it be what the attraction was, why I chose this artist for this art fair.
How does somebody make that kind of a decision for a art fair?
Well, I think you have to be true to who you are. I run a program of 30 major global artists, specializing more in abstract expressionism. Like this is Max Vintrop from Germany, that's working with, it's almost stained pigments to create his abstraction. I'm very much interested, as you guys ask about the story, the experimental work of these young artists. Where they come from, whether they come from Germany or Bogota, Colombia. This is Santiago Parra over here.
Got it.
That is working. He actually builds his brushes with horse tails, and he creates almost a pigment in there to create this this depth of abstraction. His is all about being omnipresent and loading that one brush. I asked him why the tool would be a horse brush, and he says because he can load 4 or 5 gallons of pigmented paint onto that brush and go at it with one swoop. And that's his genius and his story of experimentation. Because we have to understand, abstract expressionism was done in the 1950s, and it's been done for many decades. Why are these young artists breaking the barriers? Why are institutions, why are collectors wanting to get behind them and collect their work? Is because they're taking it one step further.
Wow, you are a wealth of information.
Been doing it 40 years.
Wow.
Told you.
And you look fabulous, girl. Oh, you look fabulous.
And I have the yellow shoes too.
Okay. And walk us through this
Lima,
piece.
Peru, and Mexico City. He's an artist, Aldo Chaparro. Aldo is known for his materiality, how he creates an abstraction. Almost the same, he believes in there's a time lot. He goes into the material, kicking, bending it, moving it on the floor until there is a moment. This is a beautiful copper piece that he has chosen. And in abstraction, it's black, it's dark on the backside. But in this moment of time, he created this abstraction with this material.
Wow, you can feel the energy.
Mm-hmm. It's both sculptural, and abstraction in one.
It's absolutely stunning, and you can really feel the energy.
Yeah.
So, of all of these stunning pieces, which
do I love?
Yes,
well,
which do you love?
The new butterfly series. I happened to spend my birthday this year in Morocco, in Marrakesh. And as we know, in Marrakesh, it was colonized by the French. And I was at a big artist foundation, Montresso Foundation, and I came across, his name's Riro, is his street name. Riro is a very famous French street artist that tags building, but he's known for his text-based, his words, if not now, then when. He purposely crosses through the words so you would know it's his work. This is his butterfly series. These are real butterflies, and they just came in from France. He lives between Rio de Janeiro and Burgundy, France. So I'm excited because we just started our relationship. I usually represent them exclusively in the United States.
That is, how does he manage to capture that? To just preserve it like that.
Taxidermy.
Some kind of taxidermy thing. That's amazing. Wow, that is incredible. Well, thank you so much. What is your social media? How can we find you?
Madison, at Madison Gallery, Madison Gallery.
At Madison Gallery. And if you are in San Diego, stop by Madison Gallery. Do you have any other ones in the area?
Any other galleries? Or art?
Galleries or art?
I have a 4,000 square foot major Chelsea, New York looking gallery in San Diego, so that's enough.
Okay.
I do a lot of global art fairs.
Okay, wow.
I'm
Thank
in
you.
Dusseldorf, Germany after this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we just came from Zona Maco in Mexico City. So there we go.
Wow.
Hi,
I'm loving you.
Okay.
Thank you. And we are here with Doug Miller from the Green River Fossil Company. And Doug, you have some of the most amazing artwork and furniture I think I've ever seen. Tell us about this piece right here.
Thank you for the compliment. So this is a table made from a 50 million year old fossil stone. And what we've done is we've polished the stone down to the fossil layer, so you're viewing these fossils in cross section. If you look at the side, you can see the sediment layers. We're splitting through this stone to find these fossils. So we're actually excavating this out of the ground and doing all the prep work ourselves.
So these were actual prehistoric animals.
Yeah,
right?
they were swimming around 50 million years ago.
This was like dinosaur stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what my company does is we quarry the stone from the southwestern corner of Wyoming, and then we bring it back to our prep labs in Logan, Utah. And in Utah, we take small chisels and tools and prepare the fossils. So we're simply removing stone to expose the fossils. In this case, it's a polishing technique. And in the case of something like this, what we're doing is we're chipping away the stone that's covering the fossil, exposing it, and it thus exposes that color that you see. So everything here is original. Everything here is 50 million years old, and it all comes from our private quarry.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredible. So let me ask you, how long does this process take from rock in the ground to, well, clearly this wouldn't go in the dining room, but
No,
you know what I'm
absolutely,
saying?
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? How long does that process take?
So we have a crew that digs in the quarry from June until end of October each year. And what they're doing is they're splitting stone, exposing this layer by layer, looking for fossils. So to excavate a piece of stone this size could take a couple of days. And when it gets back to our prep lab in Utah, the process of honing and polishing and bringing out all this detail, that can take weeks. So very slow, very labor intensive. Again, it's hard rock. So if you think about trying to excavate stone and preserve this fine detail, it's really complex. So the people in my company that do this are expert at it, and they've been doing it for many, many years. Requires great skill and patience, as you can imagine.
Wow. So what is your social media? Where can people find you?
Green River Fossil. We're on Instagram and we're on Facebook. We've got a great website, Green River Fossil Company, and we attend shows all over the country.
Great. Well, thank you so much. It was great to meet you.
Hi everybody, and we are the Artists Archive, and we are here with Vincent DeSarthe from DeSarthe Gallery. I'm Vincent. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Happy to do this.
Out to talk to us. So tell me a little bit about DeSarthe Gallery.
DeSarthe Gallery is I'm second generation. My father started in 1977 in France. He then moved to the United States to San Francisco. Then he went to Los Angeles. And then he had galleries there, and then he became a private dealer and raised his family here in Scottsdale. And every summer we would go off to China, and we would do shows for artists there, and he would private deal there. And so that's kind of my upbringing.
You got to go to China? I was lucky if I got to go to camp.
Yeah, I went to camp too.
Oh, wow.
Let's put me on a horse or something, or kind of do a trapeze or jumping off of something is strange.
So you've been doing the art show for the past three days.
Yes.
How do you, out of such a vast collection of art, choose the pieces that you're going to show here?
Well, it starts off with choosing the artists that we represent and that we show. We have a pretty small roster of artists, I think it's under 20 artists. And we work with them, we've been working with them for over 10 years for most of them, some of them up to 15 years. And so we're very familiar with the works, we know them, we know what's available. You know, a lot of the works kind of have sold out throughout the years. And we start to look at the booth, the sizing, and we see what we want to bring in the region for Scottsdale and what would fit and kind of what they're doing. You know, it's contemporary art, so like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
We also sent over some works, and some of those works sold beforehand, and some of those works got damaged. And so things shifted. So we're always kind of pivoting and changing and seeing how we can, you know, think quick on our feet. And eventually you kind of come up with the works that you have and you bring them to the booth. You have a concept or an idea of where you want to put them. And eventually you just kind of let them speak to each other and you shift them around and it looks good. But you get to choose your artists and you get to show them, and they all speak to each other. They all kind of have the same ideas and concepts, and they live well together. A lot of these artists know each other. They're all friends. They feed off of each other's energy. They give each other advice. And it's a big happy family.
That's great. So what kind of artists does the SARTHE like showcasing?
Well, so I moved to China in 2012 and opened up a gallery in 2013, and I did a lot of studio visits, and I was just trying to find something that was, you know, really contemporary. What is our world facing right now? What are the challenges? And who's saying something a little bit different? What, you know, who's witnessing our society of today?
Exactly.
And you'll see a lot of our artists have to do with kind of with AI, transhumanism, the differences between the lives we live on our screens and our phones and on the internet and the lives that we truly live.
Yeah.
So a lot of our artists speak on that subject. I think that's what's happening right now.
Absolutely, that sense of like dual identity.
Exactly. We all have our internet persona, our online lives, if you will, and then we have our real life, and then it's starting to kind of fade right now.
Yeah. And like, how do you feel about, like, you know, you're presenting all of these artists that really represent that in like a physical manner? How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's good to finally show the works. I mean, I hate being so passionate, telling someone about like this artwork, and it's great. Now let me show you. Yeah. And I pull out my phone, and there's this little thing that it's not the right brightness, or
it's not the scale.
It's not the scale. It's not the life. It's like if I were to show someone like on a dating app, like, oh, she's really cool, like you got to meet her, and it's like this little 2D image, and then they get to meet the person, and they go, wow, she's like dynamic, she's amazing, or he's this or that. Like it's a totally different thing. There's an energy to people, and I'm a big believer that there's an energy to art and to artworks.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Vincent,
of course,
so much. We really, really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
We really do.
It's your archiver Madison at the Scottsdale Ferrari Art Week at the Gyagyagya Gallery, and I'm with
Ramu Ataku.
Yeah, and Ramu, you're the owner of this gallery, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your gallery and the artists you guys represent.
So this time we are also from Tokyo. Well, we don't have a store as a gallery, but we do like have it in upstairs most of the time. And this time I'm collaborating with Dwayne Manuel. He's a Native American artist.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. That's really cool.
So it's like a mixed culture, like Japanese culture art, and then like, you know, Native American art. You
Yeah,
know?
that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So, how has that been displayed here today in your guys' artworks, like the native art and the Japanese culture? Like, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I think it's pretty interesting. And then Dwayne is from Scottsdale, like a Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a fits in here, but then Japanese is completely different. Especially this fair, maybe like more Western and like American gallery more. But here we are like kind of different art, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty interesting for like people who visit in here.
Yeah, like when you're getting all of your visitors in here, is it like interesting to hear what they have to say?
Yeah.
What's like been the most interesting comment you've heard from someone out of the last couple days?
Yeah, I don't know. I can say that, but you can maybe edit it later. But like some people say, "Oh, I live in Scottsdale for a long time, and I've seen like kind of same art."
Yeah.
You know, in like old town and stuff. It's nice art, but like I wanted to see something different.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to have here. You know.
Yeah,
so I'm like happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Because I came all the way from Tokyo to here.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, the flight
Pretty
was
long time.
Yeah. So, do you have a favorite piece you guys are displaying?
Yeah, sure. So this one is Aoki bonsai.
Yeah.
They're making handcraft bonsai. So it's handmade by wires and then like clay and all stuff. And if you see close, it's like so much detailed. And
no, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean gold. Obviously, it's made by hand. But like another one, for example, like a matsu and stuff.
Yeah.
Some people asking me like, how old is it? You know what I
think
mean?
it's real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was like, no, this is not like that. Like you don't need to water it. So it's good, you know?
I love the attention to detail. And what material did they use for the gold? Do you know?
Just like a spray and then like acrylic and all the painted.
I love all the texture on the bark and of the tree. It's gorgeous.
When I saw this in Japan, I was like, I have to show to United States.
Yeah.
You know?
A little bit of piece of you guys, absolutely.
Yeah. So this is first show for them.
Oh, that's amazing.
In the United States.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So, Ramu, this is one of your most unique collections you have displayed. Why do you like and think this is so unique?
So, photograph, but it's not just a photograph. And I like so his name is Atsushi Hiratsuka from Japan, Tokyo. He used to be like a fashion photographer, but now, you know,
we love that.
Doing like more art photos.
Yeah.
But he's focused on like framing too, and then it's very unique frame. And what is interesting about this piece that I like, when you can try, but like when you see it, and then if you touch like this, you feel like you're touching her.
Oh, it's like the whole frame also ties into the piece.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's ingenious.
You know what I mean? So it's like a little different. Like it's next level of just like photograph.
Yeah, and it's also like stimulating that actual physical sensation.
Yeah.
That's intelligent. Wow.
And also like it's kind of like sexy photo, but it doesn't feel not too sexy.
Yeah.
You know, it's classic. And that's what I like. And then it's not just a white, it's kind of like a creamy white and then a collaboration with the frame. So I feel like this is special pieces, but he does.
Yeah,
you know?
I love this series because it feels really intimate, but it's captured so elegantly.
Yeah, and then it depends on like how you hang. It's like you can just like rotate it.
Yeah, and
it's completely different too, and then you can enjoy it. Yeah, see, so that's why I like the piece, and I think like a special piece also.
Yeah, it's an amazing series.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It's your archiver, Madison, here at the Haven Gallery with...
My name is Erica Berkowitz, and I am the curator and director of the space.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about your gallery and what you guys like to display.
So we're located on Long Island, New York, in Northport, and our gallery does focus on surrealism with narrative content.
What we love, a vibe for me, I really like lowbrow art, so I'm in my happy place right now.
I'm very happy to have you here, and I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, so can you tell me a little bit about this collection?
So this wall right over here with this incredible installation is egg tempera work by Dooney Ho. She is from China originally. She studied in Russia, and now she's been living and working out of Paris for quite some time. Her work tends to focus on women. She has done some younger sitters as well as some males as well. But predominantly you have these exquisite women painted so delicately with her medium. But they're fierce and they're strong, and they represent both, I think, the triumphs as well as the trials of being a woman. And so you're going to see a lot of armor, you're going to see a lot of swords, but you're also going to see some vulnerability, because part of that is what I think makes us who we are. And so that duality is ever present in her work.
Yeah, I absolutely just love like all of the ornate frames, and I really love this piece. It's just, I love the butterflies in it, and I just love, there's that like vulnerability, but as you said, like there's a strength and resilience in it, and the color tonality is just so collectively well. It's just absolutely stunning in every single way. So at the Haven Gallery, surrealism, why surrealism for you guys?
So I've always really appreciated storytelling, and I've just loved being taken different places with the stories and the visuals that I might get from whether it's books and movies and especially art. And what really stands out to me, and I think defines our artists in such a special way, is that not only are they incredible technically, but they take imagination and ideas that don't exist in reality, and they are able to blend their techniques and their talents together and engineer something that we won't see in our reality. And it really lends to the escapism that I thrive off of, because
the escapism,
we need a break sometimes from this world. And although this world that we exist in through paintings or sculptures or drawings does have its own challenges, it's something we can still relate to and empathize with, but also again kind of leave where we are and visit someplace new.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I think that's also the reason why I love surrealism, is that like, even like, when you're making a surrealistic piece, it's hard sometimes to even make that composition to bring what's in the mind onto
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and I think your gallery just has such a great selection of all of these artworks and stuff like that. And what do you think about surrealism? Do you think like, I don't know, I feel like surrealism sometimes it can be like a little ballsy and stuff
I think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And thank you for all your kind words. And I think in the current art market and amongst so many different types of contemporary art, it is still bold and it is still a bit new, perhaps. It's been obviously around for quite some time. This isn't a new phenomenon for art by any means. But I think what sets our artists apart is not only the surrealistic element, but their stylization and their influence from illustrators and old world artwork as well. So you're really blending such a pastiche of important and incredible and just narrative elements.
History, all of that in this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about these, I want to say adorable pieces?
I mean, adorable but fierce.
Exactly.
Right?
They are strong.
So this is Marc Larest. He works in oil and he's from France. He did work in New York City in the garment district, and from there he studied under a Japanese sensei. So he was really just educated and further familiarized with armor and Japanese heritage. And because he worked in the garment industry and he had such an eye and understanding of textiles, textures, garments, fabrics, you really see that come through in his work. So he does work with animal sitters as well as human sitters, and he's known for his cat Samurai in particular. And you can see not just the sitter themselves having an incredible personality, but just this beautiful detail work and all the beaded little elements, as well as the armor, the chainmail, and so on. And I think he's a great accompaniment to Dooney, both being in France currently and having that sense of armor and strength and fortitude, but also there's a sweetness and there's a softness and a beauty to his work too.
Yeah.
Except for that rabbit.
He's on something, guys. I'm telling you, he's ready. But yeah, I love them. They're so cute.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have a great presence as well.
Yeah, I love like the warmth from them. I think that's a really, really great thing. And that attention to detail on all of those garments, especially for samurai, it's hard to execute. So
spectacular.
And especially like, I have a background in a little bit in fashion and operations world. So like,
so cool.
I have appreciation for this a lot.
I mean, I can tell, but...
Oh, thank you. But yeah, thank you again, Erica.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys. And,
thank you.
Hey guys, it is Mike Todd back with the Artist Archive and Madison, and we're here with Sean Flores from Michael fine art of San Francisco. Thank you for joining us, Sean.
Absolutely.
All right, talk us through your piece here, which you have been doing on site.
Oh yeah, I started it yesterday. Started it around 3 or 4 o'clock yesterday. Probably have had around 8 hours total on it so far, but it's sort of inspired by the movie with Ford and Ferrari. So it's kind of like he's building his little muscle car. But in honor of the Ferrari art show, I wanted to make it Ferrari branded. So I added the logo in there. Added some of the fun touches. He's got his skeleton AP. We got the Jordan 1s on him, just to kind of switch it up a little bit. I like to add quotes in pretty much all of my paintings that are uplifting and inspiring. So if you look closely right here, it says live your dream life every day. Right here it says dream big. Right here we got love life, and then we also got the crown as well.
Love that.
Just little subtle details.
That is fantastic. I've been standing here next to this thing for 20 minutes and I didn't even notice that. That is really, really...
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Wow. Now, the thing that grabbed my attention was your jacket.
Yes.
Show us that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You gotta, because the question that we had is, where does art and fashion meet? And I saw you and said right there. So talk to me about the inspiration and how you came up with this.
It's nothing too deep. I had an invite to one of my friend's private parties, Damon John from Shark Tank, and I know that I had to show up in style and stand out in a proper way. So I thought, what's better than just painting your own coat? You know what I'm saying? So I painted it up. I wanted to add the Joker theme on there. The Joker theme goes a little deep as far as the positivity and, the things that he goes through in his life.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted the Joker on my back to kind of represent
Now, is there messages in this?
No. There's no messages on this.
Okay,
at all. It's just a straight up Joker face.
Okay, all right. Now, what is your social media?
Sean_Flores. SEAN_FLORES.
Sean_Flores. Like, share, and follow. All right, Sean, thank you so much. It was great to meet you.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Alright guys, so that kind of concludes our coverage of the Scottsdale Ferrari Art Week. So any final thoughts?
I am truly amazed by the incredible amount of art and the vast array of talent that I have seen. And the cars.
The Ferraris.
They care about the cars more than the art, and I just...
The cars are art.
Yo, the car is, these are Ferraris. It's an art form, okay?
I'm just a girl, but I'm just saying, to have these artists from a global level all being here in Scottsdale is just absolutely amazing to see it here, local in the Valley. I have found so much art to fall in love with here with you guys, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for our next coverage.
Bye-bye.
See ya.